for tuning in to JCal's View. This is the journey of a journalist, the chronicles of a content creator, the musings of a wrestling fan. This is also a presentation of Alliance-Wrestling.com, your number one source for news and information with regards to the National Wrestling Alliance. I'm your host, JCal, and what a week. What a week, and what a week it's going to continue to be. We are on the march in September, and technically October, to the NWA TV Tapings that will be taking place September 29th and October 1st at the Georgia Public Broadcasting Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. My tickets are booked. My hotel is reserved. I have tickets to the event. I still need to get a car. So I got to do that. But gosh, guys, I'm so tired. It's been a week, guys. It is. I'm not going to lie. It has been very, very busy. I mean, I fly to Atlanta Sunday morning. I go to the doctor later today. Tomorrow I have a wedding to go to. We do 2 birthday parties for my daughters this weekend. And I've spent all week long creating content on my daughter's YouTube channel. Great content for Alliance-Wrestling.com. It's been a busy week, guys, but I gladly do it because this is my passion project. And this week we're going to be talking about that NWA television taping. We're going to talk a little bit about what's coming next for JCal's View. And we're going to talk a little bit about Alliance-Wrestling.com. So if you guys are tuned in, get comfortable, and I'll hear from you after this break. So we are marching in to the NWA's epic return to studio television, the studio television format that has been proven to be successful throughout the years for the National Wrestling Alliance. Now, in the last ownership group, the last regime under, what was his name? Bruce Tharp. How can I forget Bruce Tharp? Everybody loves Bruce Tharp. The NWA actually had a studio show. It was with SAW, the Sawmill, out in Tennessee. Not widely successful or widely popular, but they were doing producing television in the Sawmill for years under Bruce Tharp's regime. Of course, the big events of that was having Satoshi Kojima, who was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion and quite a big known name in New Japan Pro Wrestling, actually defend the title in the Sawmill. So that was kind of cool. If we go forward, or backwards, I should say, a couple of years, what Dave Marquez and Robert Trowbridge were doing out in Hollywood while producing the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood TV show. You got to remember, before it was Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, the TV show, it was NWA Pro Wrestling, it was NWA Wrestling, and then it was NWA Hollywood. So there was a transition, if you will. The show started off in the actual arenas that the group known as Championship Wrestling from Hollywood was touring, and then kind of over the years encapsulated into studio TV format. They were shooting in Las Vegas for some time before transitioning into the Columbia Square studio in Hollywood. Then they moved to they took a little hiatus, and then they moved to the Galaxy Theater in in Orange County, Santa Ana, California. And that's what kind of kicked off this latest incarnation of the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood group. That obviously, they went from Galaxy Theater to Hollywood and the Regent Showcase Theater, and that was the first time they were really in Hollywood. They moved from Hollywood to Glendale, the Glendale Studios. That was a real true TV environment, studio environment for wrestling, almost as good as the Hollywood Columbia Square Studios. It was great TV. Of course, then they moved to a few other locations before landing in Fort Wayne. Throughout that time, we have world champions like Colt Cabana, Adam Pearce, Blue Demon Jr., and of course the North American champions, the national champions, the tag team champions. Everyone kind of went through there. So it'll be fun to see what Dave Lagana and William Patrick Corgan have planned for this new venture. I mean, we know that the World's Heavyweight Championship will be on the line when Tim Storm might get his last opportunity to face Nick Aldis. We know the tag team champions, Latimer and Isaacs, will be in at least there. We don't know if they're going to defend the titles yet or who they're going to defend the titles against. We know that James Storm, that he was the bearded outlaw, the cowboy. I don't really know what to call him, but he's a rogue. He's a wild card, and he needs to be dealt with. And will it be Colt Boom Boom Cabana? Will he be the one to deal with them? Or will it be Eli Drake? Or maybe it'll be all three of them. Who knows? And then we know that Allison Kay will be in attendance with her women's heavyweight champ. Do women have a heavyweight? Sorry, guys. A women's championship. The NWA recently announced the signings of Marty Bell. I'm sorry, I forgot the other lady's name. Fox. I think it's Amanda Fox. I apologize if I butchered it. And then Thunder Rosa. Now, some of you know Thunder Rosa from her time with the previous NWA regime, where she actually challenged Jazz for the women's championship right after Jazz won the title. And then also Thunder Rosa was part of a tag team that worked Vendetta Pro Wrestling, who again at the time was part of Bruce Tharp's NWA. And they actually won a men's tag team title, the Vendetta Heritage Tag Team titles, Western States Heritage Tag Team titles, and actually took those to Japan to defend in a women's promotion. So it was kind of cool. I mean, with Thunder Rosa being able to break through barriers, this chick is also an MMA training for MMA fighting. So, Allison Kay asked for competition, and the NWA certainly has answered that call. Of course, I have a wish list of talents who I would like to see show up in Atlanta at the Georgia Broadcasting Studios. Now, there's no guarantee any of these people will be here. This is clearly J. Cal's speculation. But, and in no particular order, I'd like to see Ruby Reyes make her presence felt in the NWA Women's Division. I would like to see the tag team of Reno Scum show up in Atlanta. I'd also like to see the tag team of Odin's Son and Paro. I don't think they have a tag team name, and if they do, I apologize, guys, I don't know it. I'd also like to see... Oh, going back to Paro, let's not forget, he was at the 70th anniversary show, and he had a great showing in the national title matches, so it wouldn't be too far off to expect him there. Also, Crimson and Jack Stane. Now, those two fellas actually have some history here, because Crimson and Jack Stane were actually the odds-on favorite to win the Crockett Cup. They were there in Charlotte and were eliminated by Isaacs. So it kind of sets up a perfect storyline that the tag team champions currently defeated the War Kings, Crimson and Jack Stane. And this would be a great time to set up a rivalry between those two. So that's a bit of a primer for what's going on in the future of the tag team. Also, we've got Ricky Starks. We know that Eddie Kingston will be there. More names that I would like to see, and I apologize, I'm kind of bouncing over here, but how about Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, very own Ryan Taylor? I think Ryan Taylor would absolutely fit in this environment. Not only is he a great wrestler, but I mean, he kind of fits the mold of what Billy's been looking for, stronger, athletic guys. I also would like to point out that Tito, Bad Dude Tito, former Hollywood Heritage champion Bad Dude Tito, who's had matches against the World's Heavyweight champion Nick Aldis, would also be a perfect fit. And then kind of another wild card, he did have a few appearances for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, mostly a Southern California indie guy. I'm talking about Anthony Idol. I think he would be a perfect addition to what they're trying to do in not Hollywood, but in Atlanta with the NWA TV Tapings. What I also like about Anthony Idol, and not a lot of people know this, I had a chance to speak with him a couple of years ago when he was just returning back to wrestling. And the guy's got a mind for the business. He understands what's involved and what it needs to be successful, but also has that desire to help make the companies he works for grow.
exciting. It's been a long journey, you know. I mean, David reminded me that it was three years ago that we were at TNA. I thought it was 2 years ago. He's like, no, it's 3 years ago.
Flies.
Yeah, time does fly. So it's been a crazy journey since then. You know, 3 years ago I was embroiled in this massive lawsuit, millions of dollars. Who was going to control the company? And now 3 years later, owning the NWA, starting to run TV, you know, actually being able to execute our vision the way we want, having fantastic talent. I mean, look at the roster of people that we have. So many talented people. So.
Words from our fearless leader, William Patrick Corrigan. Hey, this is J-Cal's View, the Journey of a Journalist. I'm your host, J-Cal, and today is Media Day for the National Wrestling Alliance. I have a few interviews I'm going to play for you here in just a moment. If you guys haven't already checked it out, the NWA did do a press conference today. We are efforting to put up our footage. We did live stream it on our Instagram channel at the Alliance blog. We're trying to get that available on all forms of media distribution. However, you could also check out the NWA's YouTube page for the pretty much the same video. But hey, I have a few more interviews, and I hope you guys will enjoy the show, and see you after the break.